welcome back to Romance Review TV with Lady T, and I got another recap for you guys. Married at First Sight, Season 15, Episode 6, Saved by the Mariachis. So things are getting hot in Mexico. The honeymoon continue. There's an L word that is dropped this episode. Another groom can't see past the 8-week mark. Somebody's in the doghouse because they betrays his wife's trust, and there's a lot more to unpack. So before we do, take a second to make sure that you subscribe to this channel to receive all updates, and please don't forget to like and share. Let's get straight into this recap. So first off, we have Kristin and Mitch. Kristin shares with the other women about her experience with Mitch so far. So after he revealed he was struggling with his attraction for her, remember the previous episode, he tried to have sex with her later that night once the cameras was gone. Now, he claimed his attraction grew because of the way that she handled herself during that conversation. But thankfully, Kristin put a stop to it that quickly and told him, you know what, it's not going to happen. Yeah, that was interesting. Talk about mixed signals. How do you tell someone you don't like them and then later on the same night try to have sex with them? And for some reason, she remains positive, even asking the other ladies to be on Team Mitch. So, I guess it's a good thing that she's remaining open and want to continue the process, but I don't know. We'll have to see if that's maybe a little bit more than what he deserves, because, unless there's a different change somewhere, I don't know. A lot of the fans are probably only Team Kristin. So next up, we have Lindsey and Miguel. So now, despite Lindsey expressing concern about moving too fast sexually, she revealed to the women that she and Miguel had sex. Now, Miguel made it clear that he wanted to share a physical connection on the last episode that we saw. So she must have reconsidered. And I know that some folks were hoping that, she didn't feel pressured and regret it later. But apparently, Miguel saw the moon and stars during their time together. So obviously, Miss Lindsey must have given her husband a little bit something to remember and put something on his mind. Now, later, we see Sasha confronts Lindsey about her decision to have sex with Miguel. And I've seen a little bit of, some shade going both ways with these two couples. Anyway, she's worried that Lindsey was pressured into sex by her husband. Now, Lindsey was very adamant that she wanted to wait, but all of a sudden changed her mind. And she got the right to change her mind. Sasha gets emotional thinking about her situations where she felt pressure to do what a man wanted to do to save the relationship. And I saw a lot of comments, especially on Twitter, where they were saying that, Sasha was projecting. But Lindsey reassures her that she made the right decision for herself and only wants support. Now, this also leads later on to Miguel and Lindsey having a tense conversation on the beach when he revealed that he's committed to the 8 weeks but can't say what will happen after. Now, of course, naturally, Lindsey is worrying, because she is a worrywart, that her husband may not be as serious about their marriage. Now, when they have the conversation with the other couples, Lindsey defends Miguel when a few of the women question his motives. Sasha and Alexis are so shocked they asked Lindsey when her opinion changed, because she said, she was disappointed earlier. Yeah. Lindsey, I know she wants her marriage badly, that, it may seem like she's trying to go along and get along with whatever Miguel wants without rocking the boat. But if they both came to a mutual agreement, the decision is them. They're both grown adults and they're both married. Speaking of Sasha, let's talk about Sasha and Nate. So in their particular segment, they had a romantic picnic date. And we saw Sasha asking Nate, would he be open to going to couples therapy? Now, at first, he questioned whether there would be a need to go before there's a serious problem. But when Sasha kind of gave an explanation on her rationale, he agrees to go to therapy, which is cool. Later, when some of the ladies got together, and this is where I was saying the shade between these two couples is a little bit interesting to watch. Lindsey drops a bombshell on Sasha. She reveals that her husband, Miguel, is questioning whether Nate is being authentic. Now, Sasha admits that she had questioned whether he was being genuine as well. Now, she is still open, but feels that his true intentions will be revealed soon enough. And, it's just interesting because they actually are the stronger two, maybe out of the three couples that are strong, they're the stronger two couples. And they're throwing shade at each other because then, of course, like we saw with Sasha, she threw that bombshell about her having sex with Miguel. And then she threw shade about Sasha's husband not being authentic. Anywho, Sasha questions Nate's intentions and he quickly claims that he is falling in love with her. Now, although it is clear, that both of them are great catch, there is something, that I don't know what, of course, Miguel is picking up on, but he feels he's not being honest. She senses something as well, but she's moving slowly. But in a post interview, Sasha expresses that she deserves love, but it may not be easy. And she intends to challenge her husband and find out if they are truly a match. And I just think that it's one thing if you want to say something about the other couple, but Lindsey and Miguel got their own issues to work through. Okay, so while you worrying about throwing shade over at Nate and Sasha's situation, worry about what's going on in your lane first. But I get it. It's conversation. So next up is Alexis and Justin. So Alexis reveals to the other women on the beach that she has had to adjust a lot to be with Justin. And the reason being is because she's not accustomed to being with a sensitive man. So she has to go out of her way to be very careful of his feelings. But at the same time, she loves the way he cares for her. Now, later on, Justin has the opportunity to play hero when we saw that small boat they were sitting on, flies over. Now, he instantly jumps to protect his wife from getting hit, and this, of course, wins him some brownie points. Later on at dinner, Alexis slipped out that she loves Justin. And, we already knew that was coming since they were getting along so well. And Justin had already admitted to being in love with his wife. So they're off to a great start. And then last but not least, we have Morgan and Ben. So start off great because Morgan is extremely attracted to her husband, Ben. She doesn't hesitate to tell the cameras or anybody else that's listening every time she gets a chance. Now, this could be well for him considering her friends basically said that she was very sexual at their wedding reception. But things got a little tense when Ben expresses concern about her student loan debt. Now, he is all about financial freedom, and he feels that their lifestyle don't necessarily align. Now, although she tried to reassure him that the debt won't affect him personally, he's not so convinced. Now, there was a separate interview where Ben admits that off camera, Morgan admitted that she did not finish her bachelor's of nursing program. This leads to him believing that she may have lied about being a nurse to the experts. Now, apparently, he went off and told Justin to get some advice. And now he believes that Justin told Alexis. Ben admits this to Morgan, which makes her feel like now she can't trust him anymore. And I put something out on IG and the conversation went bananas because people was like, can you really be upset when you're the one that initially lied? Didn't they break each other's trust, you know? So I don't know. This whole thing might be a manufactured storyline, because you can be a nurse without a BSN. So, I mean, I think there's a little bit more to that. Anyway, Morgan expresses her disappointment with the girls about how Ben reacted to her financial situation. Now, of course, she did conveniently leave out the fact that she was dishonest with her husband and the experts. Now, meanwhile, he's expressing guilt to Justin about telling him something that may have not been his right to share. Now, Justin feels like Ben was cheated out of his experience by being paired with someone who's dishonest and selfish at times. And Ben isn't quite ready to give up quite yet. You know, he hopes to return home and try to continue to work on their relationship. Well, it gets worse. As if they didn't have enough problems, at the group dinner, Morgan goes on this rant about how she hopes her husband is able to fend for himself after work. She doesn't feel, you know, that she has the bandwidth to take care of another person when she needs to distress from work. She admits that she is not accustomed to sharing a space with someone else, so that will require a whole lot of compromise. And how independent she was. And for those who know what it comes with marriage is interdependence. Now, Alexis calls her out and asks how her husband fits into the situation. Even Ben is taken back about some of, you know, the things that she's saying. You know, did she sign up for a roommate or a husband? And it's obviously she wants companionship, but it seems like it's on her terms. All right, there you have it, your recap for Married at First Sight, Season 15, Episode 6. Let me know your thoughts. Do you think Nate is genuine? Is Lindsey doing things she doesn't necessarily want to do to please Miguel? Does Morgan have a right to be upset with Ben after, you know, he revealed her secret, despite her being the one who lied? So get the conversation started down in the comment section. Before you go, take a second to make sure you're subscribed to this channel to receive all updates. And please don't forget to like and share. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.